section of food plots that we do. We do a majority of our planting in the fall, or I guess early fall, late summer. So this is all we really do is a couple different plots, some clover and things like that for our spring planting. So we're gonna take the tractor out to the land this morning. Just got a little bit of rain this morning, but there should be storms coming in this afternoon, tonight, tomorrow, maybe even the next day. So I'd like to try and get these in the ground. It's also nice and warm. First real good stretch of 80 plus degrees outside, so that soil temperature is warming up real good. Our corn is coming up at home, so yeah, it's time to get everything laid out. So Jane and I had discussed the game plan this morning, you know, kind of what we want to go where, at least the preliminary things. You know, like I said, only a few of the plots are in clover, but I do have some corn and soybeans scrap that came out of the combine and left over out of the gravity boxes last fall, so it's even got some mold on it, so I doubt it'll grow, but hey, I'll just broadcast it. If it grows good, great. If it doesn't, we'll till it under come late summer for our fall plot. All right, so what I've done so far is everything basically to the east here. I did in a clover pre-annual setup. So I did clover, chicory, rape, and I think there's even some alfalfa in there. Something that I intend to mow, and it's something, it's close to the waterway ditch here. I don't typically till it. We are getting some pretty substantial ditches here. So this stuff, if the water does end up going over there and stuff, you know, it's got a lot of root structure. It's not like a corn or a soybeans. I'm not going to spray it. I'm just going to keep it mowed. And the deer should be able to munch on that from, you know, I suppose middle of June, end of June, all the way through frost. So on this half, we're going to burn up some of this old corn and soybean seed that I got. I'm not even sure if it's going to grow, so we're just going to broadcast the hell out of it and just pound it in there, and then we'll cover her all up. The stuff in this plot here is actually a no-till mix. I didn't even have to work up the ground, but I figure I'll give it better odds. Kind of racing the clock here. It is starting to sprinkle. Excuse me. So that's about best case scenario. So I'm just trying to keep on moving here. We're going to hop to the next plot, but I'm going to leave this here. This should grow without covering it up. Well, we just hopped over to the last plot I was intending on doing today. So this is a spot that we had established a small little area the first year we owned it, and then last year we kind of took a little more control, about tripled the size of the food plot, just kind of rounding off point to point of a couple sections of woods. This has proven to be a little honey hole, so not much of a deer stand. It's in, I think, a box elder tree, so there's not a lot of options for deer stands here. However, it is a very good funnel here, very narrow spot from woods to woods where the deer like to cross the road, and it's really well hidden. The contour of the land really buries this little plot, even though it's easy to access. Super close to the, like I said, the road itself, so I can jump down here and hunt with being rather unintrusive. So I was gonna just replant this thing, but to my surprise, it turned out phenomenal. Last year I was very disappointed with how the clover turned out, but looking at it now, there's no point in tilling this up. I mean, it is almost all clover. So we got some yellow. I don't know what the heck that is, if that's clover itself or if that's, I'm sure that's some invasive thing, but either way, the vast majority of this is clover. So we're gonna leave this. We call this the apple tree plot. So last year we purchased a bunch of apple trees and 3 of them went here. So they all look like they survived the winter and then survived a couple late frosts we got here. Yeah, that's awesome. I love apples. So, and deer like them too, so hopefully they'll produce something this year. They had a handful of apples last year, but they didn't like the stress of coming over here. I kind of bought them late, and then they got a little wind whipped on the way over. So this year they should be better. And then I had an IBC tote here. I hauled water, so every day after I brought them here, I was coming out here for about, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks after that to water them every day to make sure they'd survive, because a lot of time and money invested in these little buggers. So look like they're established well. We got a good looking plot here. I may just go along the edge of the woods a little bit, run a couple passes with my tiller, and plant a little more alfalfa and some clover, just because I did make it a little larger this spring when I came out brush hogging, just to give myself a little more visibility from the deer stand. So maybe a couple passes, but otherwise the majority of this thing is gonna stay. So good news. Well, in that other food plot, we just did all Roundup Ready soybeans. Always seems to be a good tactic there. They normally got it burned off by deer season, but oh, sorry, out of breath. At least it's a good place to get some deer pictures and kind of get a head count on what's going on and in the summertime and who's hanging around. And then once we got nothing but stalks left, we can seed it with something green if we want. But this one we did 2/3 soybeans, and then 1/3 of it is in corn. I actually do have a deer stand over there, and it's kind of a good access for me here, but they like to bed right in this little patch of woods here in this finger. So kind of twofold. They'll munch on the corn, but also as a nice screen for me, helps me get in a little quieter. So we're gonna cover her up and keep on moving.